we all agree that the guy who's going to beat Kenny needs to be, at least if we're booking it, needs to be somebody who could get that ultimate rub, because Kenny is the best in the world right now, right? The best bout machine, the belt collector, you name it. Having Christian be in that position, Christian's well established as a veteran who doesn't necessarily need that rub from beating a Kenny Omega, but putting him in the ring with a Kenny Omega will only further solidify how great Kenny is.
Sure.
Because what we saw tonight was another example of a classic Christian Cage match where,
of course,
man, you're not going to see a million tweets about, oh my God, did you see that move? Oh my God, did you see that moment in the match? You're not going to see the tweets going viral about a Christian match. But what you will see is consistently well executed, intelligent psychology in a matchup, almost a flawless match between him and Blade. Again, we've gone in and talked about how Blade is a workhorse. This guy, we've been fascinated by Butcher and Blade since the beginning, and now seeing Blade kind of get this solo run, we've all seen it. This dude is shredded. This guy can do. The mercenary vibe is working for him really well. Having him get this chance to go one-on-one with Christian, really, really smart. And again, Christian came out looking like $1 million, going against a strong, like basically one of the strongest pound-for-pound fighters in the company, I think, in Blade.
No, I think that's a great way to put it. And I mean, I completely agree. This was last week I said it, like I was looking forward to this because I knew it would be such a well-wrestled match. And I think it could have been one of the more technical and well-wrestled matches on the card. And it delivered in that sense for sure. These are definitely two battle-tested warriors going to battle. And I agree with JR said this, that, the Blade's confidence has improved dramatically, and you can tell both, in the ring and on screen, just the work that he's been doing. And so it's been really fun to watch his kind of, Butcher's on the back burner for now, maybe wrestling injury. Hopefully we see him back, because that tag team is definitely one not to mess with. But Blade's singles run has been pretty impressive. He hasn't been racking up too many wins, but he's been impactful with HFO and things like that. And so I like this battle, and completely agree with you. You're not going to be getting those, must-see moments, the wow factors that you're going to be talking about. But you can respect it if you're a wrestling fan, and respect both guys giving it all on the line for sure.
And seeing that spear from Christian at the end, I love that. Right, and Christian's promo.
Yeah, I like that too.
Had some humor in it, right? Had some humor in it, singing along with for Layla. But I think that also Christian kind of he put all his cards on the table, man. Like I think that Christian told it like he kind of spoke the truth, right? And he came back. You got to remember, this dude came back after 7 years off. Right. He's not just here to slap his chest and point to the crowd. This guy wants to
look in the crowd.
Like we've talked about with Lance Archer, right? Like Lance is at a stage of his career where the man has deserved a title run. He's got that opportunity, and I think Christian, long term, it would be great to see him have an opportunity to carry a belt for a little bit. But certainly, the way he's building this momentum. Looking at this chapter of his career, it's such a I know it might be a very vanilla statement to make, but Christian is such a pro's pro.
He really is.
He's just everywhere he's gone. If you look at his time in Impact and TNA, everywhere he's gone, this dude just is so consistent, and a guy who I think is underappreciated in the landscape of AEW. So I like that he's getting a chance against Kenny. I like. Well,
we don't know officially yet, but this is the way I see it going, and I would love to elaborate more on this. We can talk about it at Friday Night Fights, but I saw it one of two ways. But Penn had a great point how he said Cage is the next contender, to Kenny. He puts on his number one contender on the line against Hangman. That's his way in. I like that. Didn't even think of that, but I really like that booking. But one of two ways, or the two ways of, okay, Christian Cage will not face Kenny at All Out. He'll do it on Rampage, or it makes sense because it's the debut show. You have this headline marquee match. Christian Cage versus Kenny Omega title shot. Kenny does not win cleanly because they're going to cheat the typical way of the Elite. That way down the line, Cage will get his rematch and Ultimate get his vengeance. Secondly, I think that will still give Hangman that shot at All Out. Or if for some reason Cage does get that shot at All Out, you have Kenny win, and that's where you debut Daniel Bryan for an instant feud with Daniel Bryan and Kenny Omega. You have the crowd sucked all the energy out of the main event because Cage is in it and Cage loses, and all of a sudden Daniel Bryan debuts, attacks the Elite, and the roof is blown off the place. So I think you have to end All Out with either Hangman blowing the roof off or debut Daniel Bryan blowing the roof off.
Well, that Kenny, like I said to start off this segment, man. I mean, like Kenny right now, I know he's the champ, but this is an example where the champ is belt or not. Kenny is just must see. Kenny is must see TV, and I think that any program that he's involved in, is going to deliver. I mean, and the fact that you think about this too, man, like. He's going to be in programs with a guy who's 29, 30 years old in Hangman Adam Page, and a guy like Christian who's been, an industry veteran for, over 20, for Kenny to be in those positions where he's in the Hangman feud, he's got to be the veteran of that group. He's got to kind of lean into different aesthetics than he would against Christian. It just shows how multifaceted he is. And I think that Kenny is, when we look back on this run, it's gonna be one of those it's gonna be one of the defining runs of AEW in this. I know that there's a lot to like about the Elite, but and as far as their humor and things like that. But when you actually talk about what they're doing to change the overall structure and vibe of the show, building stars, giving people opportunities. We've talked about it at length. The Young Bucks have helped debut the Acclaim, Private Party, Top Flight. The list goes on and on, and give some of the best matches of those guys' careers. Kenny's doing the same thing with Jungle Boy. You see, he's giving opportunities to a lot of these guys, and I think that in the end, the Elite are going to be remembered for being good guys. I know that they're the ultimate heels, but I think that at the end, a lot of fans are going to look back and say this chapter has helped really transform the way we look at the divisions in AEW for the better.